to History 2316 Modern World History Online. I am your instructor, Dr. Davey, and I'll be the one sort of on the other end of the computer trying to guide us through this fully online class in the spring semester of 2018. So this is my official welcome to you. I really look forward to working with you all this semester, and I hope we can have a fun semester and an intellectually engaging semester as well. So just to start out, I wanted to introduce myself. As I said, I'm Dr. Davey. That is my title. You don't need to call me professor, or please don't call me mister. I am a doctor. I got my PhD from Michigan State in 2015 in West African history. And I did my bachelor's degree in history at the same institution. And I graduated in 2006 with my undergrad degree. So my area of specialty is West African history. In particular, I look at social, political, and economic mobility within the slave systems of the Niger Delta, and in particular how this allowed Igbo slaves from the interior of Nigeria, or what we would now call Nigeria, to reconnect with their natal homes and with their families after they've been taken into slavery. And I generally do this through analyzing the life history of a 19th century slave turned king named Jaja of Opobo. So my work really centers on indigenous slave systems in West Africa and how they relate to legitimate trade, which is the period that comes immediately after the end of the Atlantic slave trade, and looking at how these slave systems were drastically different from what we're seeing in the Americas and in the Atlantic world. And that will be a big part of what we're talking about in our modern world history class this semester. So I just wanted to give you a rundown of how the course is going to work and what you're really trying to do in this first week to go ahead and get started. So there's a number of documents posted up to our Blackboard page that'll help you navigate the course. And really the most important out of all of these is our course syllabus. I've noticed too often that students tend to look at the course syllabus at the beginning of the semester and then sort of forget about it entirely. That's not a great idea because that syllabus is not only the contract between yourselves and me about what's expected to be done in the course and what we're going to do, but it also is going to provide you with an explanation of course assessments and assignments, and it will also walk you through our weekly schedule and explain what needs to be done and when. And this brings me to a bigger point of how our course works. What is ultimately going on with this online class is we are not trying to replicate the old correspondence classes where you work at your own pace and do the work in your own time. That's not how online courses work. What's expected of you is every week you're accessing the Blackboard page, and what is required of you is to access the weekly PowerPoint lectures that are posted there, and also to make sure that you're caught up on the required readings. So, to this end, we're going to be having weekly discussion forums, which you can also find under Discussions tab on the Blackboard page, where I'll be posting up a question and you're going to be responding to me weekly. And those responses need to be based on what's in the lectures and what's in the readings. You can't just go off on a tangent and pull in your own sources to try and answer those questions. What those discussions are really trying to do and designed to do is to make sure that you're keeping up with the weekly readings and the weekly lectures. Now, in order to supplement those PowerPoint lectures, which really they're required and they form the crux of instruction in this course, I'm also going to be posting supplemental weekly video lectures, or at least I'm going to try and make them weekly. I won't guarantee that there'll be one every week, but I'm going to try. And what these video lectures are really designed to do is to show you the big picture of what's going on within the more detailed PowerPoint lectures. Especially with world history, it's really important to understand long-term change over time and how that's happening on a global or transnational scale, and also being able to identify patterns of cause and effect. And I realize for a lot of people this is difficult to pull out of those PowerPoint lectures because those PowerPoint lectures are so detail-oriented. Now, I really do want to stress that these video lectures, they're for your benefit. There's nothing mandatory that you'll find in the video lectures that won't be found in the PowerPoint lectures. So if you choose not to access those, or you don't want to use them and you don't find them useful, then that's your prerogative. You're not required to access these video lectures, simply the PowerPoint lectures. Now, it is important that you are getting your required readings done every week because, again, I expect to see evidence of that in your responses in the discussion forums, and that's also what's going to be dealt with on quizzes. So we will have 3 quizzes throughout the semester. You can find when they'll be open, the quiz windows, in the course syllabus and in the document posted to Blackboard that's labeled How Quizzes, Exams, and Papers Work. And so there you'll be able to find all the dates for when the quiz and exam windows are going to be open. And really what that's basically explaining to you is you have a period of time in which you can access these quizzes or these exams. They're usually going to be from a Thursday until a Saturday for quizzes and Thursday until Sunday for exams. And ultimately, what's important about reading through this document is that you understand that once you open these quizzes or exams, you're not going to be able to get back into them if you close them down. This is designed to stop people from opening a quiz, then going into their book, and after closing it down, reading for an answer, and then opening it back up. So you're going to have one shot to take these quizzes. You'll have 10 minutes to complete them. Exams are the same way. You're going to have a scheduled window in which you can access the exams, and you'll have about an hour and a half to finish those exams. Once you open that window, you will not be able to access it again. So it's important that you read through those documents. And also what I really want you all to do in this first week is become comfortable navigating Blackboard. Obviously, that's our primary medium of instruction, of assessment, and of communication. And so it's really important that you understand how Blackboard works and you become comfortable with it. And you'll have your grade center listed there, our course information, and our weekly lectures and content and exams will all be found under the tabs that you find there. So just make sure you take some time to pop around on the Blackboard page during this first week and just sort of get the lay of the land and figure out how it all works. So that's all I have to say for now. I'll keep this pretty brief and pretty painless. I really do look forward to working with you all this semester, and you'll obviously be hearing a lot more from me as the semester continues. So stay warm out there and take care. Bye-bye.